Previously on Survivor Waiparous, 3 tribes were formed.
I love this guy!
On the Yoho tribe, a tight alliance was founded by Mitchell and Eric after finding an apparent immunity idol.
I found this just dangling from...
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's okay.
I think so.
I would want that.
The Kootenai tribe was the first to go to tribal council, with the boys sticking together and voting Kelsey off for her poor challenge performance. Kelsey ultimately decided not to go to the Edge of Intoxication. 14 players remain. Who will be voted out next?
My game plan for this particular activity is to just kind of be everyone's best friend. I just want to be really useful for everybody all the time, so nobody has any reason to vote me off or get rid of me. I'm also a really good tattoo artist, as you can see, and I'm planning on winning friends over by my great skills at temporary tattoo giving, and hoping to build relationships and form meaningful bonds that I can represent also in a visual way.
We had a few people arrive late last night who need to be put on tribes. We're going to do that right now. Go ahead, open your burlap sack.
Aww.
And then return your burlap sacks to me because they cost 20 cents and I want them.
I mean, I showed up late, unfortunately, so I know that my team's already a member down. So I really want to make sure that my teammates know that I'm here to help, and so my strategy is going to be kind of just working with the team, trying to come into the Brohood a little bit, because there's 3 guys and now me.
Go ahead, turn around and face your tribe.
I don't really plan on trying to blindside anyone. I'm just out, I'll make my intentions pretty clear, and I'll try to make my way to the end by winning challenges over sneaking. Some sneaking, but very little, hopefully.
All right, join your tribe.
Welcome to Team Bam.
All right.
Secondly, welcome to the first Tribal Immunity Challenge of Day 2 Survivor Waiparous. Immunity is once again back up for grabs for the first 2 teams to finish the first puzzle gauntlet of our Survivor season. You will start by selecting individuals to perform different tasks along the gauntlet. You will find a stack of beanbags corded and knotted shut. You will have to send one person to go and untie a beanbag, run back with the loot inside of the beanbag, and then return and do this 3 times. After you have all 3 of your beanbags, your team runs forward to where the beanbags are currently stashed, at which time you will take the beanbags from within the burlap sacks and try and throw them into the hula hoops. Only once all 3 of your beanbags are inside a hula hoop can you proceed to the sliding puzzle at the end of the challenge. If you participated in any other part of the challenge, you cannot participate in the next. If you untied the knots, you can't toss the beanbags. If you toss the beanbags, you cannot do the puzzle. Everyone understand? Great. Then we're going to get this thing started. Choose who's going where, and I'll rejoin with you guys in a minute. Survivors ready? Go! Robert off to a really fast start, sliding into the first beanbag challenge, eager to get at what's inside its payload, skipping all of the knots on top in an effort to maybe cheat the system. Not understanding what's going on. Rachel quickly back with the first beanbag, deposited to Banff, going back for the second. Tim and Robert still struggling on the first series of knots. Tim looks like he's got it. Rachel back with the second. Tim and Robert still have yet to retrieve one for Kootenay or Banff. Tim running back for Yoho. Robert still struggling on the first bag. Kootenay taking a hard hit. Maybe the wrong wrinkles were ironed out last night. Rachel running back for Banff. All three beanbags. Go, Banff, go! Saphir with the first throw, just short. Sean on the next. It's good! Saphir. Robert still on the first beanbag. Kootenay with no success yet. Tim has his bag for Yoho, making his way back. Robert still on the first. Kootenay with their first beanbag running back. Banff really struggling on the tossing portion of the challenge. One in the hoop and one only. Sean, too far. Saphir winding up. Robert and Tim trying desperately to untie their burlap sacks through two beanbags.
Right now.
Just outside of the ring, get the bag, Banff! Banff once again just off the mark. Yoho running back with the third bag! Go, Yoho, go! Banff, go, go, go to the puzzle! Yoho quickly catching up, being much more efficient at the tossing portion of the game. It's in! Go, Yoho! Go, go, go! Out on it, Robert still trying to untie the bags for Kootenay. Kootenay falling desperately far behind. Chances of victory slipping through their fingers like water on rocks.
Robert still working diligently to untie the knot, and he finally manages to get the bag completely untied, revealing the beanbag within. Kootenay finally proceeding to the tossing portion of this immunity challenge gauntlet.
Too shy. Third one just outside. The rest of the team's already on the sliding puzzle element of the challenge. First beanbag good. Second good. Only one more, Kootenay, and you're onto your puzzle. Matt with a good toss could seal the deal. Just short. Kootenay with the toss. No, falling short. Not a good bounce there. Flo and Cole still each working on different elements of their sliding puzzles. And Kootenay struggling to get that third beanbag into its hula hoop. You're good, Kootenay! Go, go, go! The last puzzle waiting for you to solve. Kootenay went with a different strategy, reserving 2 players to help on the slide puzzle. Cole moving quickly through the slide puzzle, sliding left and right for Banff. Max and Amanda really trying to assemble the puzzle here. Flo getting so close to assembling what she needs to get. You can see moving pieces carefully. But is that the correct choice with Cole right next to her, sliding pieces furiously around the table?
Unmatched curiosity.
It won't be this one. This one's gonna be over here.
How is that fair?
Oh, I see.
Cole throwing shade at the other team. But it seems his curiosity is seeming to just scramble the puzzle further. Slow, careful, methodical, piecing it together before she moves. Max and Amanda taking a second to look at what's in front of them. The sliding puzzle is proving difficult for everybody involved. It looks like Cole's on the right path. He's arranged the similar elements that Flo has now at this point.
Just catching up, Cole? Come on.
I know.
Banff were the first people at the puzzle, and Flo has matched the progress. But it looks like Cole's honed into something. The speed is increasing. Cole looking confident in his selection. Kootenai working furiously at the puzzle now, having figured it out in a small way, it seems like. Flo getting closer. Now is the time to get close. And bam! Wins tribal immunity for themselves. The second one's still up for grabs. Flo getting close. Might just have to slide a few things around on the last section of the puzzle. Max moving quickly for Kootenai, trying to salvage the incredible deficit they were in at the beginning of this challenge between the untying of the burlap bags and the toss of the beanbag afterwards. Flo trying to find the last little piece of the puzzle to secure Yoho tribal immunity once again, safe from tribal council, alongside Banff, giving them time to strategize and work together and avoid the edge of intoxication. Max and Amanda working together to solve the sliding puzzle. The last ones to arrive, they got stuck with the most difficult puzzle on the map. Flo taking what luxurious amounts of time she has, using them to her advantage. Flo seeming to have scrambled more of the puzzle than she previously had. Banff now cheering on their opponents, Yoho, playing favorites. No love for Kootenai, left to the sharks in the wilderness. This is the time where you really need to focus. The puzzle is right in front of you. The answers nearby. Yoho making good length and strides towards completion. Yoho wins immunity. Kootenai will join me at Tribal Council once again as we prepare for the next challenge. Okay, second challenge completed. Tribal immunity goes to both Yoho once again and to Banff. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I heard tell that you guys had a little too much time to talk amongst yourselves last night, and we have a lot to get through today. You will have 15 minutes to discuss amongst yourselves before Tribal Council, at which point the rest of the tribes will have the full 30 minutes of Tribal Council to continue working out their strategy, whereas Kootenai, you will once again be sitting with me. Hell yeah. I look forward to seeing the rest of you at the next immunity challenge, at which point you will have to vie once again for your safety. Enjoy.
My mission is to crush my enemies, to see them driven before me in chains, to hear the lamentation of their women.
What's it say on it?
You have been iced. I'm really bad at these. Do I have to go down on one knee to drink it? So it's day 2. We have just completed our first challenge, and guess what? We won immunity. I also found an ice in the forest. So that was a pretty exciting start to the morning. This first challenge, it started with knot untying, and I always knew I was pretty good at untying knots, but I fucking crushed it today. So that was pretty sweet. Our tribe's looking really strong. We acquired Sean this morning, and he's so far proven himself to be a pretty good addition to the team. And yeah, we're just hoping to keep sending hard and avoiding tribal council as long as we can.
So I'm a member of the Banff tribe, officially, and first challenge we won. Seems like we got a really strong team, a bunch of different dynamics. Rachel was great at knots, Cole was great at puzzles, everybody else is kind of great at physical stuff. So I think we're going to be a super strong tribe, and hopefully we can carry this energy deeper into the competition after the merge. Everybody always kind of says, this is the fight, this is the alliance, but this feels like real. This feels genuine. We can do this. We can win this game.
Feeling pretty good, especially about my team. It's hard to find weaknesses in the group, even though I think people have individual weaknesses.
I'm a little bit worried that I was talking a little bit of trash to the other teams while the challenge was going on in the puzzle. Just because if there is a swap, if there is a merge, I'm less likely to work with those people now. But that's okay. On the plus side though, we won, and not only that, we found a hidden immunity idol. I found a hidden immunity idol, but everyone else was around. I could have left it and come back later to find it myself. I considered that briefly, but I thought it was too obvious, like I spotted it right away, to leave. And I think it builds a lot of trust to have the idol in the group. I've given it to Kate for now. I'll probably ask for it back the next opportunity, just because I did find it. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
We need to use this as a team. Yeah, 100%.
We did find an immunity idol. Cole found an immunity idol. Our plan as of now is to use it as a team, like use it strategically, either at the swap or at the merge. We're hoping that our team can stay together. They do like a 5-person alliance, add one more. Yeah, I feel a little nervous about it, knowing that there's an idol, at least in our team. There's probably an idol at every camp. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be fine.
We just needed second there. That's all we needed. They got.
I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I have the immunity idol. I have a few different people that are, kind of vying for my alliance here. Should be strong for some challenges to come. And yeah, we'll kind of see how this plays out. Not too sure if we're still going to be voting Tim off as kind of previously talked about, like, hey, well, this is this is our original group. Maybe keep it that way.
For me personally, yesterday was super successful. Established a pretty strong alliance with Mitchell, and then he found an immunity idol and he showed me, so I'm going to choose to believe that I can believe him, at least for a little bit. I lied to Flo, who's in our tribe, and told her that Mitchell and I have a short-term agreement to not vote each other off for either of the first 2 days, and I think she believed me, so we'll see how that goes. but because she was asking questions, she might have to be the first to go if we lose a challenge. Super excited for today. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so Michaela and I are hard allying because we are going to be squeezed out by Eric and Mitch.
Honestly, my strategy right now, and probably for the rest of the game, is to fly as low under the radar as possible. I definitely think I'm at a disadvantage knowing people here the least out of probably everybody. There's already a lot going on. Everybody's talking to everybody. But yeah, my plan is just kind of go along with it and hopefully not suck at challenges, and that's pretty much all I got. We'll see how it works.
Oh yeah.
Disadvantage. You may force a player to take 2 shots before a challenge begins, or they sit out of the challenge. You may play this disadvantage at any time before the final 6.
I'm just here to play outside in the forest, and I'm not too much into scheming, so whatever happens, happens, but I'm just gonna give her during the challenges.
I think that I have a lot of unknown hidden potential, so hopefully I'll get a chance to show that in a couple of the games coming up. I can also scheme a little bit, so hopefully I get to use that. Can I just like point out yours? Thanks. Teamwork.
This fire is much less impressive than yesterday.
It's supposed to be.
Oh, sad.
All right, Kootenai, welcome once again to Tribal Council. Not too dissimilar from yesterday's performance, there is a clear downfall in your challenge plan today. Robert, how did it feel struggling to untie those knots for your team, really kind of lagging you behind, creating a big disadvantage going forward in the challenge?
Well, at first it was very disheartening. You know, it was a very like, shit, like I'm letting the team down, but I really just blocked that out and focused on doing the job that I was picked to do. And you know, I got it done, but too slow for our team to get a decent puzzle. So.
Yeah. Amanda, what was it like watching Robert and Matt try to accomplish the different parts of the challenge, knowing that you can't really do anything because you were saved for the last element?
Yeah, super frustrating. I don't necessarily think we chose wrong. However, I think they could have done better. I hope we could have done better. So we'll see.
Matt, is that something that was talked about while you guys were discussing amongst your tribe after the challenge, your performance, who could have done what, who should have done what?
I mean, I think we all could have done better. You know, me and Robert especially, we kind of, the puzzle was already chosen by the time our puzzle goers got there, so that kind of put us at an extreme disadvantage. I do believe that if we had any other puzzle, we would have beat Flo, because she was super slow, but that wasn't the case, and we got the puzzle of death.
It just goes to show how important every aspect of the challenge is. Even if your linchpin strategy was to succeed at the puzzle, if you can't get to the puzzle in time, well, that's all that matters. Max, you were one of the people on your team solving the puzzle. Knowing that it was a more difficult puzzle, did that in any way affect your mind state, seeing everyone accomplish puzzles next to you?
Yeah, I think for sure. It's hard. Maybe less the contrast of my puzzle to theirs, but just the visual scramble of our puzzle contributes to a much more chaotic sort of puzzle solving environment. When you move pieces, you lose track of what they are, and you get frazzled. And everyone knows it's hard to recover. Mm-hmm. I think we showed some good teamwork on the puzzle. I do not regret our strategy. I think, I don't know.
And it was a unique strategy at that, having 2 people set aside to solve the puzzle in the end, while every other team had at least 2 people tossing the beanbags. Seeing as how everything unfolded, Robert, are you thinking that maybe you made a mistake with your strategy? you still didn't solve the puzzle in time with 2 people, and it slowed down your progress on the beanbag toss.
I don't regret choosing that strategy. I think a big aspect of our issue came from the first 2 challenges. You know, there was a lot of nerves going into those first 2 parts, especially, you know, given my performance with untying the knots and the pressure on Matt to, you know, get the perfect throw. But no, I think having 2 people, especially on that more challenging puzzle, like at the end there, they were, once they knew what they were trying to produce with the slide puzzle, they were really doing a good job, making a lot of headway. So no, I don't regret choosing that strategy.
Okay. And what was the chat like in your camp? Because last time you were at Tribal Council, the big driving factor of your conversations was challenge performance. So Matt, back in the camp, knowing the way you voted last night, did you have any sort of fears or worries knowing that you could be one of the people sent to the edge because your performance was one of the reasons your team was slow to make it to the puzzle?
I think my performance was on par with the other people throwing beanbags. You know, I wasn't longer and I wasn't shorter, but it's probably right in the middle, so no, I don't think that has an effect on the outcome.
But do you think it changes the way that you're looking at making your votes tonight? Because this time it was your whole tribe who struggled with challenges.
Yeah, you know what, I think we've just been unlucky, maybe twice, and maybe that happens, and I think we've got it out now.
So you think the stars have aligned in your favor now that these 2 challenges are out of the way?
Sure.
Kootenai going to be down to 3 members after tonight's Tribal Council. Amanda, going back and speaking with your tribe, what was the conversation like about what that vote was going to be?
It wasn't too much of a conversation, honestly. Sometimes less is more, so.
Not too much of a conversation. Max, what happened when you got back to camp? Did everyone just kind of keep silent and go about their business?
Everyone was pretty dejected, for sure. No one really felt like we deserved to lose that challenge. It was a team effort, sort of in planning and deciding who was going to take both roles, so there wasn't particularly blame to lay. So I think there was a lot of searching going along.
So, did everyone participate in this scramble to find immunity idols, disadvantages? Or was this kind of a couple of you branched off here and there and the rest were left wondering where everyone went?
It was sort of a full scatter.
Full scatter.
Everyone searching and researching and searching and researching.
Amanda, what would have happened if you had found a hidden immunity idol today?
Who knows?
There are many more challenges to be played today. Amanda, it's your first Tribal Council, it's your first challenge. A similar story to the rest of your tribe mates on Kootenai last night who went through a similar experience. I imagine you're hoping to not end up back here throughout the course of the day, and of course, how would you feel if you were the first person who winds up on the edge?
I don't think I've had an opportunity to show what I can do yet, so if it happens, it happens, but I would like it to not. I don't think I deserve to be on the edge right away, so.
Okay. Well, I think all that's left is to go and vote. Matt, why don't you go and write down your vote, put it in the jar.
Well, here's the thing, right? Robert and Max are best friends. They already know her, right? I feel like I'm the odd man out regardless, so they're smart enough. And, I mean, I am a threat though, so.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol, advantage or disadvantage, now would be the time to play it. All right, I'll read the vote. First vote, Robert. Second vote, Amanda. That's 1 vote Robert, 1 vote Amanda. Third vote, Amanda. That's 2 votes Robert. 2 votes Amanda, 1 vote Robert. Second person voted off of Survivor Waiparous, Amanda. You need to bring me your torch. Amanda, your tribe has spoken. Time to grab your stuff and head over to the Edge. A member of production will be paying you a visit every hour. All right.
Next time on Survivor Waiparous. Will the Kootenai boys finally be able to snap their losing streak?
Max taking aim for Kootenai. Goggles and glasses in their position.
And Flo tries to take control.
Climate change on your own. I just want to be like I don't want to be like behind.
Yeah, no, I understand that.